Punish.
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 Punish. Naughty.
Naughty, naughty, Nick. Naughty, Nick.
Yeah.
You need to be punished.
Yeah. Whip me, beat me like the dog that I am.
Oh.
Hey guys, it's your favorite
Katie.
final girl. Hey Katie.
Speaking of you naughty and being punished.
Hey guys, it's your favorite final girl and boy, Emily and Nick, and your favorite final babysitter, Mike, coming at you with a new episode of Gag Me with a Knife, a weekly podcast where we dissect, disembowel, and shred the best and worst slasher movies. This week we'll continue Christmas cheer with 1984's Silent Night, Deadly Night, also known as Damn Santa. As usual, Emily's got an original VHS, so she's gonna read the box.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do that
Do it.
in just a second. I do want to give a shout out to a new Patreon member, Hugo de Bougre.
Hey.
I'm sorry if I said your name wrong.
I like
Bougre.
Yeah. Getting to the back of that box. Bearing the emotional scars of a young boy who has seen his mother and father brutally murdered by a savage killer in a Santa Claus costume.
Every kid sees that.
18-year-old Billy explodes into a lethal frenzy. He's asked to put on a Santa Claus suit himself to entertain the customers of the department store where he works. Reminded of the tragic events that have marked his life, Billy embarks on a killing rampage that is as ghastly and controversial as anything ever seen on film.
Ever.
Silent Night, Deadly Night is the movie they tried to stop you from seeing, and it's now in its original and uncut version. Recommended for mature audiences only, but not to be missed. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's good. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I dig it. It's run of the mill. It's not my favorite Santa slasher.
I like it as a slasher more than Christmas Evil. I think Christmas Evil is a better movie.
Yeah.
But as far as slashers, it's an easy watch.
I did like watching Billy grow up.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite part.
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves to watch
Everyone likes to watch Billy grow up.
Billy grow up.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. So I thought it was average. I mean, it's really hard to pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah.
But everything happens very quickly, and we do have Linnea Quigley in an early role.
Yeah.
With a great death, by the way. So, points for some of the gore in that for sure. But yeah, Mike, get started.
All right, so I think all the other Silent Night, Deadly Night movies are better than this
Garbage
one.
Day.
Garbage Day.
Yeah,
I really just kind of wanted to watch the second one instead because it montages the whole first
Yeah,
one.
you get all the good stuff from
But
this.
I figure we'll just do that next year.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah.
So kids are caroling. There's like a wreath, like it zooms in on the wreath and there's this cool splatter effect.
Dude, that title card rules.
The title card's
The title
cool.
It's
card's
awesome.
good, yeah.
Classic.
I like the score a lot in the beginning here
Yeah.
by Botkin. It's Christmas Eve, 1971. Some people are this family's driving through the mountains of Utah. There's a kid with a Santa book, super into Santa, and there's a mom with a baby in the lap. And the kid starts asking about Santa, like, "Are we going to be home in time for my bedtime?" Blah blah
Like,
blah.
what kid is like, are we going to be home in time for me to go to bed early?
Yeah, he's
The mom looks like
Billy's a real square.
The mom kind of looks like a low rent Beverly D'Angelo.
I can see that. I wish there was a breastfeeding scene. Too bad. You know what? I've always kind of been grossed out.
You know what this
by
movie's
breast
missing?
milk.
Well,
Wait, what now?
You like
You've been grossed
your
out
No,
by
I
what?
wasn't.
he's grossed out by breast milk, but not his own milk.
Do you drink?
What does he call it?
Do you
His-
drink cow milk?
Wait, what does he call it? His
Self
Like
milk.
my
Self
first
milk.
No, he's
girlfriend,
pretty grossed out by that
my
because he talks
first
about
girlfriend used to
tasting that
tell a
shit all the
story
time.
about how her cousin would squirt her husband with her tit.
She's a squirter.
No, like with her tit milk.
Oh.
And that just like grossed me out. But I wasn't breastfed as a child.
I was formula fed.
I
Mike,
think,
I'm gonna again ask you: have you ever been peed on?
yeah.
Yeah, we've
Okay,
done-
that
we've-
doesn't gross you out, but breast milk does.
It's having drank piss in the last 10 to 15 years. I would rather drink breast milk than piss.
I didn't know you drank it.
It was in my face.
We do now.
Oh my God.
Okay, so they drive.
Mikey at it again.
They go to the Utah mental
Coming in
facility
hot.
to see Grandpa. And the old man, he won't speak. The family's like trying to talk to him. He won't talk to his son. But they're like, the doctor's like, I would like to speak with you guys alone. And they leave Billy alone with this old man.
Yeah.
And he starts going in about how Christmas Eve's the scariest damn night of the year.
That shit's hilarious.
And he ruined
it's the
Santa.
scariest
Oh,
night of
he's
the year.
hilarious.
He ruined Santa. Yeah, he's kind of the best part of the movie.
No,
is the
Grandpa
Santa.
No,
rules,
that's
dude.
the only note I wrote.
Well, he's faking being
I wrote
catatonic.
Grandpa hilarious,
Yeah.
Eva's scariest night,
No, I
and that's
wrote-
the
yeah.
only note
Grandpa
I have
rules,
about the
dude.
movie.
But
Yeah.
he totally ruins Santa
Only
for
note I
Billy.
wrote.
If I was at the end of my life, I want to scare some kids too.
Yeah.
This is the first time Billy hears about punishing. Santa is a punisher. And that's going to come up again and again, as you'll see. And he says, if you hear Santa coming, you better run for your life.
You better
And then as
run
soon
from
as the-
Grandpa.
As soon as the family comes out, he fakes catatonia again, and it looks like he's never even moved.
Well, I like how before this, the kid was like, if he's not going to remember it, then why are we going to visit him? And it's like the kid's more rational about dementia. And I know that's very cruel and cold.
It's true. I like the
But,
kid that
you know,
plays Billy.
Yeah.
The
Billy.
little
You
Billy.
do.
Yeah.
Billy number one.
No, yeah,
There's
Billy
three
one.
Billies,
There's three
right?
Billies. Yeah.
A tale of three Billies.
The tell.
So they're back in the car,
Part 4.
and the kid starts asking his mom about Santa, and he's obviously afraid now. And then we cut to this fake Santa. I don't know why it was fake. Like, it's not the real Santa. Duh. Real Santa's
The
busy.
Jolly Horror Picture
Oh Jesus!
Show.
Are we gonna have to go back into how you didn't find out he wasn't real till you were in 6th grade?
I guess.
He didn't find out Santa wasn't real till 6th grade. He already
What?
said this in the
Like,
last
I-
episode.
I've been
yeah, you didn't hear him
hearing
say
Damn,
that.
dude.
I
Maybe,
found out when I was 3.
I think it was 4th grade, okay? It was right when I found out
What?
God
Oh,
wasn't
be
real.
backpedaling now.
Wait,
It was right. It was
What's in the
right when I
middle?
found out God wasn't real.
No, it
Santa
was.
went along
I think
with
it was.
too.
It was the Christmas of 5th grade. My uncle
Okay,
died.
but now it's 5th grade. 4th
No,
grade,
4th
5th
was a
grade,
mistake.
6th grade. What grade?
Okay. 5th grade. It was 5th. It was in between the two.
What?
My uncle died. My
You had
my
a
dad's
catharsis?
dad.
Like,
I found out that my. Okay, this is too much.
This is gonna
Tia
be
Mikey. Tia
yeah.
Mikey. Let's get
Moving
back
on,
to the
back
tell.
Okay, so there's
So-
a fake Santa in a liquor store.
Not real Santa is
In a
holding up
liquor store.
is a gas station liquor store in some states.
Yeah,
is
it's
the
a liquor
same thing.
store.
holiday holdup, man.
Well, in the kill count, it's a liquor store clerk that he kills. So
For 31
okay.
bucks.
yeah, right.
Yeah, he's like, that's not worth it. He shoots him 3
I
fucking
mean,
times.
what's it called?
What now?
Inflation.
Sure.
It's probably like we're
Yeah, that's like
75
yeah,
now.
Yeah, back,
I think it's
back
like
then there was a cool
150 now.
100. Yeah. Oh shit.
Well, he did just murder a man.
well, yeah, that's what we're saying for $31
So I've got another question. Is this Santa's watching song? Is that a real song or is that just for this movie?
It's just for the movie, but I do have it to play at the end.
Well,
No,
it's on-
no,
Mike,
I have
Mike,
not that song.
Santa's
Mike.
watching.
No, not that song. I
Santa's
have
waiting.
the song at the end. There's 2 different songs.
Oh.
I have the song at the end as our outro.
I know it plays this song more than once.
Mike, you asked if it was a real song. If somebody composes and plays a song,
It's
A
a
a
song
real
outside-
song.
Was this song made for the movie or is it an actual Christmas carol?
It was made for the movie.
Santa's watching.
I think both of those
Santa's
songs were.
lurking.
Yeah, both of those songs were made.
Yeah,
for the
it uses
movie.
pretty negative imagery.
Yeah, it's
So,
not supposed to be like a happy-go-lucky
Santa's
movie.
watching is on the car radio. When the family sees that same Santa we just saw rob the liquor store, he's waving people down.
He's
His hood's
hitchhiking,
up.
yeah.
His car is broken down. It's probably not.
This is
it's a scam
weird
to get
turn
people to
for the
stop.
movie.
Yeah.
And Billy's like, "Don't stop! I'm afraid of
No,
Santa."
first he goes, "Oh my God, it's Santa!" And his dad's like, "Yeah, it looks like you'll get to see Santa after all." And he's like, "I don't want to see
I don't
him."
wanna see
Yeah.
him.
No.
And I think he mentions Grandpa said something, and they're like, "He didn't say shit, dude."
Yeah, because they don't think he can talk, but he can. Anyway, whatever.
So Santa comes up to the window and he just fires.
Sorry.
Welcome to Target, your place for Christmas shopping.
Yeah, we're recording this on an elevator. Emily just pressed fucking level 7.
Elevator.
Uh-oh.
Flow rider.
Flow
Flow
rider.
rider.
Isn't it cool how his name's
Times are
Florida,
tight
but it
is
looks
the only
like
place we can
Florida?
record.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's so cool.
Wonder where he's from. So Santa fires twice into the front windshield, killing the dad.
As he's driving.
He's trying
he
to
was
get
gonna
away.
pick his ass up. I
Yeah.
mean,
That would have been a mistake as well.
So-
Much
well,
less
I mean,
driving past the
regardless, I
asshole.
guess it didn't really matter. Because...
Santa then pulls the mom from the car while Billy's hiding.
And the
he,
baby is also in the back.
Yeah, he rips open his shirt.
What's his brother's name?
You think he's going to rape her. He just cuts her throat. His name is Ricky.
Ricky, that's
The
okay.
little brother's name is Ricky.
Yep.
So Billy's hiding while the mom is titty throat slashed.
Titty throat slash?
Well, I thought he was going to cut her boobs, but he cuts her throat. And then he starts yelling I'm going to get you, you little bastard. And the baby's just crying in the car. And then we go to 1974, so it's 3 years later.
He calls it titty throat slash because he thought he was going to see her tits.
No, he
but
did.
he didn't.
We do see her tits. I thought he was going to cut her breast, but he cuts her throat because I thought he was going to rape her because he opens her shirt.
Riveting.
It's not funny.
No, I'm not laughing.
These are very serious
I
issues.
just
but
laugh
I'm not.
because I don't know why he's. I mean, I know why, but
I got tongue
titty
tied,
throat
Emily.
slash. Go on.
He rips her shirt open, cuts her throat, starts yelling for Billy, but then it's 3 years later.
Starts yelling
Billy
for
and
Ricky.
Ricky.
Billy.
Billy! Wait, that's the other movie.
Billy.
Billy, oh,
Billy.
pink cunt. Oh.
You're a pretty pink cunt.
Okay,
Okay, that's
so
another
Jesus,
movie.
guys.
That's next week.
That's next week. Sorry. Go on.
So yeah, it's 1974 now, the year of the Great Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Black Christmas.
Yeah.
We're at St. Mary's, home for orphan children, and Billy is in trouble, and he gets sent to Mother Superior because
a fucking
he
psycho.
drew a fucking crazy Santa picture with a reindeer with his head chopped off.
It's not really random that he got sent to Mother Superior. Sorry.
That's not random. He's a disturbed child.
Dude, I think you get sent to Mother Superior if you snort at night or some shit.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
And then there's
sucks.
the cute nun played by Gilmer McCormick.
Dude, I did think the
music.
nun was cute.
The nun was adorable.
Gilmer's hot. For a lady named Gilmer, that's the actress's name. Sister Margaret is advocating for Billy, and Mother Superior's like, I have experience on my side. This will work.
I have fucked the Lord.
I am in bed with the Lord. I will tell you.
So Billy, he is watching the other kids play outside because he's being punished and sequestered. And Sister Margaret comes in and she's talking him into going out to play with the others. And he's getting dressed. She leaves. He's getting dressed. And then he starts hearing sex sounds down the hall. So he goes down the hall and there's this cool shot where he looks through the keyhole.
The keyhole, yeah. The keyhole of sex. The
I guess
keyhole
Mother
of sin.
Oh, yeah.
So Mother Superior has
Who's
keen
having sex,
ears.
though?
You don't. I think she might
That's
call the
none
names,
of our
but they never.
business.
But
they
I mean,
never,
why are they in a children's
they're
orphanage?
older orphanages.
Well, people have their own
Older
fucking
orphans?
kinks. Some people
Oh,
like
they're-
that,
It could be
Emily.
a nun. It might be a nun fucking
Nuns don't
like.
fuck.
It's a.
They do.
What do you call it? A
No,
They're just
they
not
don't.
supposed
a
to.
nun.
Well, they're not supposed to.
She's cheating on God.
Yeah, she's married to Christ.
Oh, right.
Thanks, Supreme Court. So yeah,
Yeah.
Mother Superior must have
Over here in
hound
Mike, Mike's America.
she's got the ears of a hound.
When did the
and-
Supreme Court make?
No, because they're all
Let's leave it where
Catholic.
it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
go
Because they're all
on.
Catholic and don't.
Oh, right, yeah. Majority Supreme
It's
Court is
because
Catholic.
it's true, Mike. Here,
Okay.
give him some
So
of that
she hears the
Kool-Aid.
sex. She comes. She's like, "Oh, you dirty boys, you naughty, naughty girls! Punish, punish, punish!"
And they like
And
it.
why-
Yeah,
why-
get in here.
He starts having a flashback to his mom's breast and Santa, and then he gets whipped with a belt a bunch. And his little brother out on the playground actually says, "Hey, my brother's a fucking psycho." But Mother Superior, I think, is the real psycho here because she's reinforcing these ideas of punishment and naughtiness with Christmas and the whipping. She keeps saying, "You
kinking
must
it
be
up,
punished." And
Kinky mommy.
then it's the orphanage at night, and Billy is tortured by dreams of his parents. He's in bed, wailing and
Them
tossing
titty
and
throat
turning.
cuts.
And Sister Margaret comes in there, and she tries. She tries to chill him out, But Mother Superior's like, hell no, I'm going to tie this little motherfucker to the bedpost on Christmas Eve. So he's like bound to his bed. So then it's Christmas morning, and we see all the orphans with their gifts, and Mother Superior is going to make Billy sit on Santa's lap, which he is not into at all. And she tells him, like, hey,
he's wet and has a heart on.
come on. Santa's a good guy. Real Santa, anyway.
Oh, real Santa.
So he's like not into the Santa's lap, and he cold knocks his fucking Santa out and bloodies his nose.
Yeah, dude, Billy can throw the fuck down, dude, as a child.
He does like
he knocks a grown man out.
Like the punch out little Mike. Boing, boing,
No,
boing,
it's not cool to beat up on drunk people, but yeah.
Hey, just because he's Santa doesn't mean he's drunk.
It absolutely does.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
So we see Billy.
When do you? Yeah.
Yeah, he's jolly, right?
Like bad Santa, they're always drunk.
Yeah,
And
he's
the
always
Black
around
Christmas,
around
drunk.
children.
I mean,
Santa's prefer vodka. So we see Billy.
I think they prefer eggnog.
Billy
It's
is squatting in the corner.
That's what I would assume.
He's squatting in the corner, hugging his knees, crying. Poor little Billy. And Mother Superior is pissed off, and we freeze on Billy's face while he's like, in terror.
The end of Billy.
And then we cut forward. It doesn't tell how long, but at least
I think it's when the movie came out.
That would make sense. 84,
83 or 84. I mean, they were probably filming it in 83.
He's like 17 or 18.
They might have been filming it at the beginning of 84 because it probably came out
Christmas time.
I think I do have a note of when it came out. But like late 83, early 84, I'm sure. So yeah.
Well, Sister Margaret hasn't aged a day. She's still looking
I think
pretty
it's
fine.
supposed to be just present day.
But she gets, she's talking to Mr.
She helps
Sims.
Billy get a job at this department store.
It's called Ira's Toys. And I really like Britt Leach, the actor.
Interstate 45 exit, Ira's Toys. I've been there.
Oh, hell, man.
Got my cock ring there.
Is that Ira Sims? I don't know. I really like Mr. Sims. Like, the actor that plays him, Britt Leach, is really funny. He's in all kinds of shit.
I don't have
Exit
any notes about
7.
the people that are in either of the... I mean...
I got a couple. But then so Billy gets the job.
He does.
Even though, like, at first Mr. Sims was like, I'm not hiring a damn child. But Billy's a strapping young lad.
He's supposed to be 18.
Yeah.
So
there's a work montage that's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah.
We find during which
Crotch cam into montage.
Actually, I do always love a montage. It's true.
I do too. It's a lost art.
I know that it's overused, especially like in Rocky 4
Yeah, it's 4.
That's like
That's
most
the
of
one
the
with the
movie.
Russian, right?
Yeah. But I mean, love it anyway. I love a workout montage. I love a dancing montage. I like a cleaning montage.
Yeah, montages.
There is a cleaning montage in Evil Laugh that is accompanied with a dancing montage that is just
fire.
it is something else.
We figure out that he doesn't drink J&B during this montage, and we kind of see that he's kind of falling for his coworker Pamela. He sees a Santa banner. He still has negative reactions to
that.
Santa.
So, okay, I want to know, since maybe it's like one of those face your fears things, but why did like the hot nun get him a job knowing he's traumatized by the Christmas
'Cause they're
theme
trying to
shit
work
at a
past
fucking toy store, knowing that they
Right around
toy
Christmas.
stores,
Well, I don't think
knowing
she-
that toy stores eventually will celebrate
I
Christmas.
don't think though that she thinks okay, first of all, she does. He wouldn't have gone on the rampage had he not been put in the outfit. 1, 2 is I think she thought he was fucked up from the situation, but I don't think she thought that he was going to see Santa and fucking kill him.
I mean,
But
10
here's the
other
thing: if she got him a
Christmases
job
that
at like a
weren't
kitchen
shown
or
have
something,
gone
like
by.
washing dishes or something like that,
A factory job.
yeah, a factory job, they wouldn't have dressed him up like Santa.
Well,
Someplace
I
where there
guess
won't be a
the real
Santa.
reason is because this movie wouldn't have existed if she had had him work at the meat factory.
Maybe that wouldn't have been such a bad thing.
That's true.
I mean, the movie would be very short,
Punish.
and there would
It's
be
a happy ending.
Well, Billy got a job.
But it's called Billy Gets a Job.
The orphanage wins.
Billy moves past as trauma and gets a job. The end.
Billy
Like-
lives lower class.
Shit. Did you guys think those animatronic elves were fucking spooky looking?
Anything animatronic is scary as fuck. And I'm telling you right now, especially when they're in the dark and they're not, they're not open. Like, have you ever
Why
seen
would
like
they leave them on
have you ever
overnight?
seen
Why are
a
you
video
around
of
that?
someone going through Blazing Fury while it's like dark and not on?
No.
Fucking scary as shit.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, animatronics are fucking terrifying. Showbiz, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
You know what sucks is that movie with Nicolas Cage about that shit.
well, you know they
Willie's
made that short
Wonderland?
short movie based off that creepypasta about the kid going in the back and seeing
Is
the
that
Chuck
what Willie's
the Chuck E.
Wonderland's
Cheese.
based on?
Maybe, but they did a short movie.
That movie made me angry.
They did a short movie that was actually really fucking creepy, and they should use that and make an actual movie that's good and not use Nicolas Cage. But I mean,
He didn't say a word the whole movie. I guess he did what
Who
he
wants
did
It
what
was
you
his
paid
best
for.
role.
exactly. I was about
No,
to say.
these two teens have sex in their clothes. They did. I don't know why. It's rated R. This girl,
I've
they
done
just
that.
dry hump
I mean,
and
yeah.
act like it's
I've
real
had sex in my clothes.
Okay, so anyway, we're 10 years later. He has sexual thoughts.
Yeah, you
but
see-
when he thinks about sex with Pam, he also is whenever he thinks of sex, he also has flashbacks about his parents
mom,
dying,
yeah.
or especially his mom.
It's a healthy mindset.
So we already see that like he is fetishizing
Pamela.
but like sex and violence are
Yeah, but the way the
are
flashbacks
one.
work for sure.
Yeah.
But at some point he slips
He's got
and
a
Pam
jerk
helps him up.
fantasy of a jingle death.
And it goes to him having a dream about Pam and they're fucking. And in the dream, Santa stabs him while he's fucking.
Yeah.
And then
like that.
real life, after he wakes up, Billy is again cowering in the corner, crying.
I mean, everybody does that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve. Everybody hurts on Christmas Eve.
Nobody does.
So
Well, suicide rates go up.
Santa
Really?
calls
Yeah.
out
Yeah, thin in the
with a
herd.
broken ankle. And Sims is he's trying to talk people into being Santa, and he gets Billy to do it. So he's Santa.
Well, he pretty much makes
He's
it.
Santa now.
He doesn't really like it. There's not much
No, he-
ask there. It's more of a makes him.
We
do
need
it.
you to do this.
Yeah.
He's a team player.
Yeah.
There's this girl that's real squeaky. The first little girl that's on his
Squeaky
lap. She's
from the Manson family.
not that kind of squeaky. She's already in jail at this point.
Oh, is she?
Squeaky from yeah in 1984. Yeah, she was in jail.
He shuts this little girl up by telling her that if she's naughty, he's going to severely punish her.
Fuck yeah.
And then we see
I thought that was a
Andy
little much.
on the phone with Sister Margaret, and she knows that it's bad that he's Santa, but
I don't know. He kind of
he
lets
makes it
them
through the
dress him
night.
up in that.
It's-
Like, he is an 18-year-old
Well,
man.
he just doesn't really speak up. He doesn't speak up for himself. He just kind of just lets them do it. I guess.
who the
I don't
fuck's
know.
Andy?
Andy is the guy that ends up like trying to. He
Oh,
works
okay.
there.
Yeah.
Wait, is
He
this
tries
the,
to
is
rape
this the
Pam.
low,
Sister
is
Margaret
it
calls
the
to check
low
on
rent
him.
Joe Pesci? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
Guido.
He's the guy above
Is
Billy.
that the term from?
New
show?
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey
Well, I mean,
Shore.
it's a term in Jersey, but go on. Yeah, Italian American.
Guidos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run with that.
But so he makes it through the fucking day of Santa. He sits with all these kids and everything's fine. But Sims locks
And
up
he
for the
realizes
night.
he's moist and hard.
Oh God! But Sims says, "I love it when Mr. Sims locks up and he says, "Time to get shit faced."
This boss fucking rules, dude.
Brett Leach is
Fuck
a fun
yeah.
actor.
But okay, we get
Christmas party.
Yeah, but now we get to the point where he sees Andy and Pam making out.
He sees Andy and Pam. They're making out. I mean, it seems consensual and
It
everything.
is
Back
at
room
first.
creeping.
It is at first.
I don't know the
Oh,
name
dude,
of the lady.
okay.
There's
I'm-
another lady that's there. I guess she's the one, like maybe Sim's secretary or assistant
Yeah,
manager or some
yeah.
shit.
Her name
And,
is Mrs. Randall, I think.
Mrs. Randall.
The one that she gets shot in the back. Yeah.
We're with the arrow.
yeah.
They're singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," but Billy is freaking out because the girl he's into is making out with a guy
And
he
they're
doesn't
walking,
like.
and they are about to be walking to the back, and he follows them.
Also, no, there's another chick there before too, and I noticed that Billy is obsessed with, and I'm not trying to be Shiloh, but maybe it is, the second hottest girl that's employed at this place. There's a
Pamela's
blonde.
hotter.
There's
Wait,
a
I don't see
blonde
it.
that
I
has
don't
no
remember the blonde.
speaking lines that I would have been chatting up way before this girl that he's chasing.
He doesn't seem extremely chatty. But
No.
I guess
you know,
he ends up. Sims gets him to
Only
drink.
one way to get there, man.
Sims gets him to have a drink, and he ends up telling Sims about his parents. And that's when we see Pam and Andy going
To the back.
into a back room where Andy then comes on too strong and rips her shirt.
Okay, Billy follows them.
Yeah, he's
So
watching.
he
this.
follows them to the back, and then Andy proceeds to. Yeah, no, I think it's a little more than coming on too strong. He's
he, like,
attempting
rips
to
her
rape. He's
blouse.
attempting to
No,
rape her.
totally.
She
dude.
slaps him and he
Yeah.
like tackles her.
Yeah. So
And
when he
then-
does that, that's the moment. Billy was already on edge, but
Yeah.
when he sees this happen,
But
this
he
is
lets it
where
go on.
He says naughty.
this is when he his
but
psyche completely
He
breaks.
lets it go on.
He's really strong though, because he like picks up Andy with one
Yeah.
hand, strangling him with his Christmas lights. That takes
After
a lot
like
of
5
core
minutes of
strength.
watching it.
But while he also says that punishment is good,
Yeah, and
like-
Pam's like, "You're fucking crazy, dude."
yeah, so because he chokes Andy with the Christmas lights, and then right after that. About 2 minutes later, there's a mild chase, but Pamela gets her
Well,
belly
that's
slit
another
thing
with
I
a
wanted
box
to.
cutter.
It's like he
Stabs her
did,
and he, like,
even though he waited too
slices
long,
up.
he saved her from being raped, and then she was like, "Geez, you're fucking crazy." It's like,
Well,
damn,
I mean, he
Pamela,
didn't
like-
murder the guy.
Yeah.
If he had just been like, "Hey, buddy, back up, or I'm gonna knock you out," Pam would have been like, "Oh, you're my hero."
I mean, if okay,
But she just,
I'm gonna
she
leave
just
it
saw a
alone.
man get strangled
She
with fucking
thought it was a
Christmas
little
lights.
much that Billy killed him.
Judge and
I mean, I don't
executioner.
know.
Judge, jury,
guess
and
so.
executioner.
Anyway,
So,
so
Sims comes back there to see what's going on.
almost immediately.
Yeah.
So I mean, at this point, really, is where you kind of can just turn off your brain because there's not much of a plot
Right.
going on.
Billy
We
has
are
lost
just-
it,
Santa.
and that's it.
Billy has lost it. He's gonna start killing people. Like this
Nothing
is
is
where
gonna bring him back.
Nothing really. A lot happens, but there's
And
not a lot of plot
everyone
points
is
to hit.
naughty.
You know what I mean?
All of you are
the
shooters.
At this point, the plot points are the murders.
So he
Yeah.
kills.
And that's the
he
rest of the
kills
movie.
Sims with
basically.
a hammer. It's off screen. You see it later.
Well, he calls
And
them naughty and everything, like Sims and everything. It's like he didn't do anything
he
besides like
he's
hire
like,
you
"This
and get
dude
you
helped
drunk.
you."
Yeah, like maybe you need to
So
sleep this one
Mrs.
off.
Marshall is like yelling for
Mrs.
Sims.
Randall.
Randall.
Yeah.
They both end in L's. The lights go out on her, and she's the one that finds Sims with a hammer sticking out of his head. And she tries to use the phone, but it's not working. She runs and hides, and Billy starts fucking talking about the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
And he sees her hat, but I guess she made a fucking trap. But she's like trying to smash the window, and Billy shoots her with a bow and arrow.
in the back.
And then we see a lot of animatronics.
And that's when Sister Margaret. This is like kind of the last
she
like
shows
big
up
thing.
right
She
after he
shows up, and I
leaves.
don't even know how she like knew, but okay.
But it's like the next scene. He takes
shows
off
up,
running, and then she shows
She
up.
shows up. She finds whatever happens. She goes back to the orphanage to get help, and then you're not going to see her again for a while. 'Cause
Yeah, then we see
next-
Linnea Quigley and her
having
boyfriend.
sex with her
Oh,
boyfriend.
yeah.
They're making out. She
yeah.
still has her
Dude.
shorts on.
Dude,
And-
they're fucking to like some discount Clarence Carter
I
or
will
some
say,
shit. Dude.
I will say
Well,
this.
the kids are caroling, and he's like, enough of this shit, and he turns on the radio so he won't have to hear the carolers
I will say
in the
this: the
background.
older I get, and I'll see these movies from the '80s, and she is so skinny.
She's too skinny.
It's very unfortunate.
I love her.
No, me too. But I don't think that was like. It's just very unfortunate for women in the '80s, like that were in movies and it had to be naked because they
Yeah.
were forced. To, I'm sure she was forced to be anorexic. Like she is not healthy. It's so skinny.
But it wasn't just her. It was
Oh, it's everybody.
the
I mean, that's
style.
that's everybody.
cocaine chic.
Heroin chic. That was the '90s, I guess.
Yeah,
But
this
anyway.
was cocaine times.
Yeah.
So the little sister, I think, or the
No,
person, or
it's-
the person
she's
she's
just babysitting,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that girl almost comes downstairs, but they talk her away. But then she hears the cat, and she's like, "Oh, I
was
gotta
like
let
a
this
cat
fucking-"
trope. Cool.
But that made me think it was her house. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
No,
But,
I think it sounded to me like she was babysitting, but she knew the cat. I mean, she babysat this girl a lot or something.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it made me think. But she could have been her sister. I don't know. Her name's Susie. I
There's
think,
a
or
cat
something.
in every fucking horror movie.
I know.
Just about.
Cat
like-
trope. Cat trope. Cat trope.
But the cat does come in. But Santa like busts in at the fucking
Billy as
last
Santa.
second.
It's not Santa Claus.
And he like I guess she closes the door. He just
ruin
fucking
it for
comes through that door and impales Denise, I'm sorry, on some deer antlers.
Which is
That's a good
while
scene.
screaming, "Punish!"
Which is a crazy scene.
It's
Really is.
insane.
When the
It's
antlers
awesome.
go through her
looks
Why
stomach,
isn't that used
it
more
is-
often?
I don't know, but I mean, it's a slow
Yeah.
push through. Like I was just
I
like,
can see why this freaked people
wow.
out.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And I mean, of course, I saw Terrifier 2, or most of it anyway, but
You left early?
I had to.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I had to. So, yeah. But, and it was very brutal, but like, yeah, this is before torture porn, but this is, that's a lot for 1984, I feel like. That death.
So she goes and Billy, after impaling this girl, Linnea, quickly on some antlers,
Denise.
he goes and fights
Tommy.
Which
Is
I didn't know his name.
Yeah, his name's Tommy. It's her boyfriend.
So they have a big fight, and he ends up throwing Tommy out the window, which you think, oh, okay, maybe he got killed by the fall. But no, there are like fucking huge panes of glass sticking out of his skin. It looks really cool.
Well, he did get like beaten and strangled before being thrown out the window. So
Yeah. But while he's leaving, this little girl is like, "Oh, Santa Claus!"
Yeah, the little girl. I think her name's Susie or something like that.
And he ends up giving her a fucking bloody box cutter, which we didn't see him use.
Yeah.
Wow, a
No, he
box
did. No,
cutter.
yeah, he did use
Did
it.
he
Use
use
it on
that on-
Pamela.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he sliced her
Yeah.
stomach with.
Yeah. So then we cut to these random two nerds that are about to sled down a virgin hill.
Oh yeah.
Because the kid, and I do like that guy didn't die. It's the bully that dies in this
It's the
scene.
bully, for sure.
But these two guys
a
are
naughty
going, and he's
boy.
like, it's virgin, whatever. And the other guy's making fun of him for,
You're the only virgin out here.
and I'm like, you're a fucking virgin too. Probably.
Yeah, these kids are probably all
Probably.
virgins.
But anyway.
So yeah, there's two kids about to sled. Two older guys take their sleds, and the bully gets his head chopped up on the way down. And the
name's
guy at the
Mac.
bottom, it's kind of cool because the headless body is coming down on the sled.
Yeah,
and then I guess
sled
Billy
head.
tosses the head, so they come down at kind of the same time.
So here's where it gets kind of like fucked up again. Like, I mean, the whole thing's been fucked up, but it's the next day. So, oh God, this is
Sister
so awful. They have the orphanage secured, or so they think. And they have their deaf priest dressed as Santa.
It's kind
Yeah.
of genius if you think about it, because all these kids are going to tell Santa what they want,
And they're never going to hear a goddamn thing.
Well, also there's a little
Yeah.
girl that like takes the phone off the hook at the orphanage, so they can't just call the orphanage. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of important in this time before cell phones.
Yeah.
Was the little girl planning to like burn the place down or something? Like
I
She
think
just
it
said
might be.
naughty.
Billy got to it first.
So we see a Santa. Well, the kids are at recess. We see a Santa. They see him, and that's when a cop shows up and shoots the fuck out of the.
Shoots him 3 times.
The, deaf
in the
Santa.
back, yeah.
And it's right in front of Ricky, Billy's little brother,
Right.
that he falls.
Mm-hmm.
Which you think he would be older. I don't know. The age of the kids, gets
Well,
a little.
it's 10 years later, so it's 10 years. He
So
was a
he'd be
baby,
about-
so he'd be 10. He
Okay.
looks about 10.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so that's Father O'Brien.
and about 8
Mother
minutes.
Superior's yelling at the cop.
Yeah, but they're in the car, or
But
no.
the cop starts walking the
Mother
perimeter.
Superior hates
making
cops.
Sure,
Mother
I
Superior
can-
hates everybody.
I can agree
so-
with her on that one.
But she's like, they find out about him being Father O'Brien being shot, and she's like, they said they called out a warning. They were like,
Yeah.
stop or what, turn around, whatever. I don't know. And
He
she's
was
like,
deaf.
he's deaf. And I was like, oh shit.
Whoops. So
Woof.
the cop probably feels bad. He's like walking around
Well,
making
I mean,
sure
probably.
all
I hope he
he's
does.
making sure all the doors are locked up. And he sees one door that's unsecured, and he goes down the stairs and he's investigating. And when he comes back up on the other side, he gets an axe to the chest from Billy. and the kids inside are singing, "Oh, come all you faithful," when Billy comes coming through the play area
To confront
but
Mother
he
Superior.
axes the head off the snowman, which
Yeah.
I thought was a nice
Oh,
little
you know, on the
snowman.
kill count, it was like there was a
snowman?
a non-counted death with this snowman.
That's better than that goat from that
I
other.
know, which they actually tried to count in the kill count. I was like, no.
Brr. So some little kid's like, "Oh, there's another Santa Claus," and he lets Billy in the house or the orphanage.
But Billy's really there to. I think he was there to confront Mother Superior.
Yeah, I think and Mother Superior at this point says there is no Santa Claus.
Yeah, she really like goats him, goads him.
Goads.
Sorry, not goats.
But you don't believe that, do you, Mike?
Believe
That there is no Santa Claus?
Christmas spirit's dead. It has been since I was a
Christmas
young
Carol
child.
is dead over here.
Oh,
I'm not dead yet. I have been having this weird pain in my chest, but that's
No,
another
that's
podcast.
it. That's it for sure.
So Billy rears back and he's about to strike Mother Superior, but the captain, who's with Sister Margaret, shoots him
twice. And he died. As he's dying, he says something like,
he's
"You're
talking
safe
to
now.
Ricky.
Santa Claus is gone."
"You're safe now. Santa Claus is gone." And the axe is laying at Ricky's feet. And then Ricky looks at Mother
It
Superior.
says he's 14 years old in this. Whatever.
Well, because there was that 3 year. He was a baby. Then there was the 3 years. Then there was the 10
then that
years.
makes sense. So yeah, he's like 13 or
But
14.
Ricky,
He does not look
with
13 or
axe's feet,
14.
he looks at Mother Superior and says, "Naughty," setting up the masterpiece that is Silent
May
Night.
the circle
Deadly Night.
Deadly Night Part 2.
The cycle
Garbage
must
day.
continue.
Garbage day. You know, I see a lot of movies that, I haven't seen a movie so boldly, like an 80s slasher movie, so boldly know that they are going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, like straight up being like, there's gonna be a sequel to this.
What are you talking about? Have you ever seen The Exorcist? I'm just kidding.
Oh man, Part 2 is not great.
No, I know.
As far as 80s slashers though, because usually,
thought
like
that one was
Nightmare,
begging for a
Nightmare on
sequel.
Elm Street, like they didn't know they were gonna have that the movie was even gonna do well, So like
Yeah.
a lot of these things, they don't expect that they couldn't just bank that it was gonna be a franchise.
Yeah.
So it's very rare to see the first movie that it does become a franchise. But I mean, so
This
boldly
movie got a
be
lot
like,
of flack, right?
yes.
Were you going to talk about that?
Yeah, I am going to talk about it. So
Yeah.
kill count first. 9 minutes in, we have our first death. It's a liquor store clerk who is shot 3 times by the Santa maniac at the beginning. 11
that guy's a fucking jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
$31
yeah.
bucks,
That's the
dude.
worst Santa
2
ever.
minutes
$31
later,
fucking dollars.
we have at 11 minutes we have Jim Chapman, who is the dad of Billy and Ricky. He's shot by the same guy. And then 1 minute after that, Ellie Chapman, mom, her throat is slit by Santa.
Titty throat cut.
The titty throat cut, yeah.
Shit.
So
Y'all.
we get our next death 32 minutes later. We have to sit through looking at stupid ass kids, watching people have sex, whatever. 32
Sounds my
minutes
fucking
later,
Sundays.
we get Andy, who is choked with Christmas lights by Billy.
Sweet.
2 minutes after that, we have Pamela, her torso slit open with the box cutter. 1 minute after that, Mr. Sims gets a hammer claw to the head off screen. A minute
didn't
after
deserve
that, 3 minutes later after that, Mrs. Randall is shot through the back with an arrow. 6 minutes after that, we have Denise, who's impaled through the back on deer antlers. 3 minutes later, Tommy's beaten, strangled, and thrown out the window. 7 minutes later, Mac, the bully, is decapitated with an axe. 5 minutes later, Father O'Brien is shot 3 times in the back by Officer Barnes. We wait another 8 minutes for Officer Barnes to be hacked in the chest with an axe. And 2 minutes after that, Billy Chapman is shot 2 times in the back by Captain Richards. So the trivia on this, like they talk a lot. I'm not gonna go over everything with the controversy
Some
over this.
controversy over this one.
But I will go into it a little bit. So this is interesting. Well, first of all, this budget was $1,065,000. Really? Opening weekend, it made $1,432,800. it actually outgrossed this other movie. It's going to be kind of crazy. So it was pulled 2 weeks after it came out because of the controversy over it.
Get it?
It came back out a few years later. I think I have it in here. Its actual worldwide gross was $2,491,460. So it opened the same weekend as A Nightmare on Elm Street and briefly outgrossed it by $161,800 because it was playing in twice as many theaters. But the gross fell 45% by the second weekend, even before being pulled. But that's probably because of the picketing as well. So it was picketed by a group called that was created for this to protest this movie called Citizens Against Movie Madness. So it's picketed, even though Tales from the Crypt, the movie, had done a Bad Santa kind of thing 12 years before that, and Christmas Evil.
Oh yeah,
had already come out.
Movie for sure. Yeah.
The box office plummeted.
Awesome.
The film was pulled after 2 weeks. The film was shelved for another year before being released on VHS uncut, which has since that's the box I read. That version has since gone out of print. It was originally titled Sleigh Ride, which if you watch through the credits at the very end, it says something Sleigh Ride. Most of the kill scenes were actually directed by editor Michael Spence, because the director Charles Sellier Jr. was uncomfortable with the gore-heavy parts, so he had the director direct those scenes. Mickey Rooney was a huge protester of this movie.
Funny.
And he ended up accidentally. Okay, he was a very huge vocal detractor from this movie in 1984, but he was accidentally in it in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5 because it was titled something different.
Because he was broke.
He did not. No, he didn't.
Gotcha, dude.
He didn't know it was the Silent Night, Deadly Night movie.
The kid stays in the
It
pictures.
was called like The Doll Maker or something like that, and then they put it out as Silent Night, Deadly Night 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bet he was pissed.
There was a whole episode of Donahue about this movie. Yeah. Composer Perry Botkin Jr. improv'd most of the score, which I think is pretty cool because I do think the score is good. People estimate, or whoever it is estimated that if this movie had, if they had left it and it hadn't been pulled, that it would have made at least $20 million.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I've got a couple of actor notes.
Well, I have a few more little things.
Sorry. Let me know when you're ready, dog.
Yes, I shall.
She's got a couple more original VHS boxes.
Gene, shut the fuck up. So, Gene Siskel, he's a fucking pussy, and like he always
bitch.
Jesus
Christ. Siskel and Ebert
They both
notoriously
did,
hate fucking 80 slashers. So to protest the film, critic Gene Siskel read out loud the names of the companies that own distributor TriStar Pictures, because that's what it came out under, on his and Robert Ebert's television show, and then said, "Shame on you." He also cut out the writer, director, and producer and said, "You people have nothing to be proud of."
I think it's a pretty good story about childhood
more
trauma
about,
and how that can manifest.
So,
why do they pick the good ones?
So this is just one more little piece of information about the Citizens Against Movie Madness. The founders of Citizens Against Movie Madness, the group formed to protest the film, hoped to see the victory they secured in getting Silent Night, Deadly Night pulled to challenge the film industry on the amount of violence for other films. However, the group shortly fell apart after the film was pulled and would never live up to its founders' dreams. So goodbye.
See you, Cam.
See ya. So what are your notes?
So Mother Superior is played by Willie Chauvin. She was in Pumpkinhead 2, Mephisto Who Waltz, and even in Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
Something pussy. What does he say? What does he say?
Like,
pussy face. What does he say before he says?
Look over here, pussy face.
Look over here, pussy face.
In Predator 2?
Predator does have a big pussy face.
Dude, that movie rules.
I know it's so. I think it's better than the first one.
I do too.
I enjoy
because
it.
I don't like sci-fi, but I do like gang shit, and I did like pussy face.
Yeah.
Sister Margaret,
He was right.
whose first name was
Also,
Gilmer.
the Lakers played like the different Predator things in that scene, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, Sister Margaret, I mainly made a note about her because her name is Gilmer McCormick, and Gilmer is the dumbest name for lady ever. She was in Slaughterhouse 5 in 1972. Mr. Sims, played by the great Britt Leach, he's in a lot of stuff. I picked out Weird Science and The Great Outdoors. The John Candy Joint is two of my favorites. The kid that played Tommy, the boyfriend, he was in Halloween 6. He was in The Stand, Near Dark, and even Footloose. Mrs. Randall was in Halloween 4. I didn't write the actress's name. Gramps was played by Will Hale. He was in Grim Prairie Tales, which is sick, Enter the Ninja, and Eyes of Fire. And the Evil Santa, played by Charles Dierkoff, was in Evil Messiah and 1988's Grotesque.
Oh, that movie sucks.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, we're gonna be.
I've
doing
seen a
it
weird
eventually.
Japanese.
It's a
like,
Linda Blair joint.
Oh, I'm kind of sour on Linda Blair right now.
It's
man.
really not
After
good.
Hell Night?
It's really it's.
Hell Night put a
like,
bad taste
I
in
don't
her
know.
mouth.
It's as bad
She
in
looks so
different
bloated
ways.
in that.
Dude, Street. What is it? Savage Streets.
She's good in Savage Streets.
That
Yeah.
shit's awesome.
Yeah, she's good
She's
in
great
that.
when she's in jail.
Oh yeah, Born Innocent. Yeah, we've talked about this before.
No, yeah, Born Innocent's good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah. We have one more movie for our Christmas season that will be coming out. So stay gagged
Hey,
on.
we
Oh,
have to
rate it.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I always fucking forget.
You're getting that early onset, aren't you, girl? That
Well, I mean,
loud. That
yeah,
Demento.
that loud.
Dr. Demento.
What do you-
Diddly
what do you-
Demento.
what do you
That's
score it?
very naughty of
What
you
do you
to
score it?
forget.
I'm gonna score this a hot fucking 2, a really really like high 2,
I give it
high
a 2. I
two?
give it a 2.
maybe a 2.5.
I give it a 2 and
I'm
a
gonna
half.
go.
That
I give it a
sounds
2.
well
I give it a 2 and a half.
It's
I mean,
not a bad.
I'm
movie.
going 3. I think it's good.
It's not a great
I mean,
movie.
It's not great.
It was very hard for me to. My ADHD got the best of me with this one. Like, it was very hard for me to stay focused, but luckily, you don't really have to stay focused
Yeah,
for this movie.
fake Santa killing people.
Yeah, I thought that,
I give this one a 3, but I give part 2 a 3.5.
but it's not fun. I mean,
we're not reviewing that one, are we, Mike?
no, but it's there's no camaraderie or fun aspects of this
Yeah.
movie. It's dark.
You don't even get any like fun orphanage kids making.
And there's no mystery to it too. It's just you
Mr.
see a
Sim.
man snap, and then it's a rampage.
Yeah.
and like that's what it is. You know, it's like there's not even a
I
mask.
feel bad for
He doesn't
Billy,
even
man.
wear a mustache
I mean,
like
yeah.
Santa has.
He should
you
not
know?
have been put in that situation. You're right.
No.
He should have been at a fucking meat
Factory
plant
or
like
whatever.
what was the nun's name
Anyway.
that got him the job there?
Sister
It's like,
Margaret?
you're
She was
fucking weird. Why would you do
She
that?
was just ditzy.
It wasn't.
no.
It's not like she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with Billy and
How
put
did
him
Mother
where
Superior
Santa's
not
gonna
know
be."
about that? Be like, that's where Billy's going after he leaves here. Like,
I mean,
Well, I don't think Mother Superior would have given a fuck.
I
she's
guess
too busy punishing.
punishing
I'll
and
kill him if he
naughty.
ever comes back.
Naughty.
Santa's not real.
You know, maybe
Sorry,
he wouldn't.
Mike.
Maybe he wouldn't have fucking snapped like that if he had just had the trauma of his parents dying and not the trauma of Mother Superior.
Yeah.
Honestly, so
That Catholic guilt.
yeah. But
He was
anyway,
turned into a killing machine.
stay gagged on that Catholic guilt.
Stay gagged on Billy.
Stay gagged on antlers up your
I
ass.
was about to say antlers. Damn.
I want to stay gagged on Linnea Quigley.
Yeah. Well, she could probably fit inside of you with her size in that movie.
Wait,
Stay
what?
gagged on
She's so tiny.
animatronic
Everybody's got
elves.
fingers. Those fit inside.
Oh God.
Fingers.
Stay gagged on
Hey,
Matt's
Mike, you ever
head.
been peed on?
Oh yeah.
Stay gagged on that snowman's head.
Stay gagged on the snowman.
Stay gagged on that
The
on
victim
the death
snowman.
on the victim, the snowman victim.
Yeah, stay gagged on
And-
that yellow snow.
Yeah,
Watch out where the Huskies go.
and
Stay gagged on cat gags.
It's Cat Trobe says stay gagged on all of our social media: Instagram, TikTok, Gag Myth and I Podcast, Twitter, Gag Knife Pod. Become a Patreon for early
Hi, Katie.
access. I already said that.
Oh.
Early access to episodes. Patreon bonus episodes. We have 3 up right now.
Oh, yeah.
That you can only hear as a Patreon member. Member shout outs and fan requested episodes. Oh, also go to Gag
Merry
Me.
Christmas.
Yeah, www.patreon.com/gagmewithaknife. Sign up and buy our merch. Gagmewithaknifepodcast.com. And we'll see you next time. It's gonna be a Black Christmas.
Ho ho ho.
Santa's watching, Santa's waiting. Christmas Eve is slowly fading. Can you hear him in the night? Close the door, turn out the light.
you in Santa's bag of toys. But Christmas won't be fun and games for naughty girls and boys. Oh, Santa's watching, Santa's waiting, everybody's celebrating. Did you do your best this year? Too late now, 'cause Santa's Santa's watching, Santa's creeping. Now you're nodding, now you're sleeping. Were you good for Mom and Dad? Santa knows if you've been bad. There might be a treat for you in Santa's bag of toys. But Christmas won't be fun and games for naughty girls